Hello everyone, welcome to Channel 4 PHTV in Palos Heights. I'm Sue Jankowski and we're bringing you the travel show, and I know you look forward to this as much as I do because this is a show where you get to dream big and then go do it. And this is the perfect time of year to be dreaming about what you want to do, where you want to go, and maybe get to somewhere really nice and warm. And actually today we have somebody who's going to bring you some great possibilities. But before we get to that, I want to introduce our guest always, Kathy James from Classic Travel in Worth. Welcome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Program. And Kathy always brings us a great guest. And today is another great guest, Tommy Panici. Tommy, welcome to our show today.
Thank you for having me. Great to be here.
It's nice to have you. Tommy comes to us from Carnival, and he is the business development director. And I know you've seen Carnival probably on TV, commercials. Maybe you've had the good fortune to do something with the Carnival line. But if you haven't, you're going to have a great opportunity to learn about some of the things you can do. So Tommy, thank you for being here today, and we're really excited about getting us out of Dodge here.
Right.
So if you could just give us a little bit of a snippet about the Carnival Cruise Line.
I did drive through the snow to get here. So. And last week I was in the Bahamas. There was no snow. Great way to get there. Okay. Many options, and we'll talk about it. Actually, Carnival being the most popular cruise line in the world and owning a lot of other brands like Holland America, Seabourn, Cunard, Princess. We are the largest cruise operator in the world.
I did not know that they owned all those other lines.
That's why I have a job. I get a chance to educate you and the travel business.
For sure.
But the exciting thing about Carnival itself, this brand that we're going to talk about today, is the value and the options. And what an agent can do for you locally here is put the two together. A lot of times people think that they have to sail out of Florida to cruise, and that's not true. We have like 14 ports. You could sail from Florida, like 5 or 6 ports, Tampa, Fort Lauderdale, Port Canaveral, and you can find good value, but the agent can do everything quickly in a nanosecond by pushing their CRS button or their agent friendly, and they can put together.
Hey Tom, how about the secret button?
Don't tell them that. They have to come and see you for that. But really, it's like sailing from New Orleans might save you $200 during spring break, and you're still going to get to Progresso, Key West, different ports that you can sail to from New Orleans, from Galveston, Texas. So you fly into Houston, it might cost you a little bit more money to get from Houston to Galveston, which is actually unique, fun place if you've never been to.
I haven't.
San Diego, New Orleans, Galveston, LA, I'm like 14. So look at the options of airfare from the Midwest. I tried very hard to get everybody to put a ship in Lake Michigan. That didn't work. So
keep trying.
You have to sail. Well, you know what? Where can you go in Lake Michigan?
Yeah,
but Toronto, maybe.
There's
a small Great Lakes cruise line. I'd say try it out. But yeah, actually today, where the ships bring you a resort vacation, they're 3 football fields long. They've got all standard amenities that really, I like to say we're like the Marriott of the industry, where everything is consistent. There's alchemy bars. What's an alchemy bar? Have you
something scientific. I think there's chemists in there.
That's a good answer, because the alchemy bars on the ship put some of the best mixologists on board, and they come up with concoctions that are very unique
and fun.
They'll give you a prescription pad to fill out your drink. You might want an elixir.
The doctor ordered this. Really, I wouldn't take it otherwise.
We're starting out talking about drinks. That's not good with this crowd. But drinks are good. And you know what? I like to say, unlike the resorts that say they have El Presidente brand that you don't know what you're drinking, we have Grey Goose, Kettle One, all top of the line, premium top shelf drinks. And they'll use those particular brands to make your drink. And we're talking about $10 for a martini, a lot less than these great bars in Chicago that come up with the same thing. And the mixologists do a great job with the bitters, the artisan ice, and just the experience itself. I don't want to take it away from somebody that's doing it, but those that have been on Carnival know it's a great experience for a $10 martini. But the mixologist will say, what do you feel like? You want an elixir? You want something to relax you? And they'll give you the drink. And they wear pharmacist outfits.
Oh dear.
That's just one of the branded spaces. The other branded spaces are, let's go to something for the seniors. A lot of people think that Carnival's for the fun, young. You know, we don't actually take anybody under 21. unless
that
they're
right?
with a legal parent or
Oh,
guardian.
okay. Well, that's good.
So we have more than anybody else because of the totality, but less percentage per ship. Actually, we carry more seniors on Carnival than any other cruise line. Guess why?
A good value for your trip?
Seniors like good value. They like to know they're getting their bang for their buck. We don't charge for hamburgers. By the way, that's another branded space. Guy Fieri, you know Guy Fieri from Diners. He's got a great restaurant on all of our ships.
Oh, is that right?
They're hamburgers there's like 5 different types of hamburgers. They're great. And they're free.
You just go get one.
Go get one. In Vegas, he's got a restaurant. They're $23
Wow.
for one of his hamburgers. Tinley Park, the festival here, has one.
All right.
Yeah, and they're $18, $20 for Guy Fieri hamburgers. So we don't nickel and dime. Our pizzas are free. They're 24 hours. They're great pizzas with the Italian real thin crust. I'm very picky about that.
I
A
bet.
name like
Yes,
Benici.
come on, yes.
So the pizzas are great. The hamburgers. The Lido deck has many options that are free. The Chinese, the woks, the deli. The deli has 23 different hamburgers, or shall I say meats like pastrami, tuna, corned beef. Great food that's free. But the best experience for those that have cruised know it's the dining room with a 5-course meal, service that you can't imagine. And that's really what's made us the most popular cruise line in the world is the software, not just the hardware. The staff on board are amazing.
And the dancing waiters on
Right.
the table.
Oh.
They
Oh,
really
the
do.
shows are
they really
great.
do. They dance on the table.
Cute.
And it is gets everybody up and clapping and having a great time in the dining room. It's just
fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Okay.
So seniors looking for a value that want, I mean, there's areas like the Serenity deck. We don't let anybody that's under 21 in that area.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just for 21 and older. We don't charge, other cruise lines do, some that we own.
Yeah.
And it's just good value. And
Yeah.
there's something for everybody that wants to get away from the crowd or wants to be part of the crowd.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit.
Sure.
If you say, okay, I want to take a cruise, I choose my islands or destination, I choose my ship. As far as like dining goes, I think like a lot of people maybe they don't realize that cruise ships have changed a little bit. So way back in the day, there was a lot of formality to dining, etc. And I think it depends on what you're looking for. Now, you're mentioning a lot of casual spaces. The dining room is got the 5-course meal. That's a little bit more formal. But are you signing up, like you saying, we want to be in the dining room at 8 o'clock? Is there that kind of situation anymore with Carnival or not so much?
That's a great question. And being one of the first fastest growing cruise lines, we had the traditional. And then other cruise lines came out and said, we're not traditional, we're
Yeah.
flexible. We, being the largest cruise line, have to do both. So we have all 3 now, which is early dining, late dining, and your time dining. You get a choice.
Okay.
The sooner you book with a full deposit, the better your chances of getting one of the 3 confirmed dining times.
Which one you want.
But the
what's comfortable for you.
4th that I have to mention is if you're in early dining every night, and one night you don't feel like going there, there's a relaxed, same menu on the Lido deck, which is the same menu, all the food, and you eat anytime from 5:30 to 10:30. So
okay.
a lot of choices. We have to be flexible and still provide that value for the people that want everything. That's what people want today, everything.
Well, they do. So they get on the ship. They have access to great dining, some nice drinks. Now, what about we're on the water for a day or 2? What are we doing on the ship for that amount of time? And people are like, isn't it kind of boring? You know, you're just on the ship and you're just moving along. But really, there's a lot to do.
There's too much to do. You need a vacation after a cruise. Or if you're the person that wants to relax and do nothing, a lot of chairs, the lounges, the Serenity deck, the activities, there's still slides for the kids
Hot tubs.
that adults enjoy. Yeah, hot tubs. The slides are amazing on Carnival ships, and the adults love it. We have one slide that is a twister slide that goes out, comes back. A lot of ships are adding that. There are theme parks for adults, families that like to travel. We just won, we're very excited, the Travel Weekly Award, the best family cruise line, and America's favorite domestic cruise line. So we're big for a
great
reason.
honor.
And what do we have? The vacation guarantee. You know what that is?
No, I don't.
I didn't know what this was.
If you
now
don't
you do.
like
I
your
didn't know
cruise,
that what it was.
this is for those of you out there that are afraid to cruise. Try it. We guarantee it. If you don't like it, tell us within 24 hours. You can't tell us the 7th day. of your 8-day cruise. I didn't like it. I want my money back. But we will pay for your airfare to fly you back where you started, New Orleans, Texas, LA, so you don't lose your vacation. We'll refund you 100% of your cruise, and that's
So you
just
get on the
basically our
ship and
guarantee.
you're like, oh, this isn't really what I
That's it.
thought about it, and you know, let's go home. We don't like this.
Basically, that's it.
That's
Let
it.
us know within 24 hours.
Yeah.
We'll do everything we can to fix the problems or concerns you have. A lot of people are just concerned. They don't know that they're going to like being on a ship. They think they're on a boat or the Staten Island Ferry or a boat in Lake Michigan. And I ask them, how many people? 100 people are on that boat, and I get sick. I go, well, our lifeboats have 100 people. There's 3,000 people.
Right.
4,000. It's a floating city.
Well,
Kinda
the
like
other
this.
thing is
This
too
big.
that people think that oh, I can't go on a cruise because of all that food. Well, you don't have to eat it, and there's a lot of healthy choices. So, and there's also places, as I recall, that you can go and do a workout or walk around the deck. I mean, you don't have to be stagnant just sitting there.
Richard Simmons, remember him?
Yeah.
Has chartered our ships over and over. He takes the whole ship and he takes his crowd to show them that if they have the willpower and stay away from the chocolate buffet, there's more choices for people and less money because there's no extra charge. If you go to a spa, it's like 3 times the cost of a cruise to do a detox or a juice. But on a ship, if you've got good willpower, there's many choices: carved fruits, vegetables, salad bars. There's a menu that in every dining area that's a low calorie, low sugar chocolate.
But you have to indulge in the chocolate a little bit and a fun cocktail.
Well, you can
have
cheat a
to.
little.
Yeah.
But, so the value's there actually because
Yeah.
there's gyms, there's decks with sports areas, there's health bars, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Don't forget the big announcement we're
Well,
going to
I'm
make.
just looking down at my notes because I want to make sure we tell you that there is going to be a big announcement on this show regarding something really special and big that no other cruise line is really doing, but Carnival is. So you're just going to have to wait. We're going to tell
First
you that
ever.
in a minute. First ever, very exciting news. But now I want to talk about, you said there's 14 ports. So obviously we're going in all different directions. And so that means to me we have a lot of choices about locations, destinations that we want to go to. We're going to get off the ship. We're going to take an excursion. I guess it would be almost impossible to say, well, like, what's the number one thing people want to do because there's so many options. But I mean, what's very popular that kind of people are like, I don't want to miss this. I want to do these things.
There was a lot of questions in one.
I know. Okay, so
I'm
we're
going to do
going
my best to answer it. Basically, what's hot? Where are people going?
There you go.
You know what's really weird is what's hot in the country. That's what we try to emulate. Is not other cruise lines. It's the most popular vacations. What do they offer? Vegas, Orlando, families, people looking. That's where like 40, 80 million people are going in each destination.
Yeah,
so
true.
we say, how can we get that piece of the pie? And when you've got casinos on the ships, you've got beaches that you can choose from, you've got food at no extra expense, and you package it all in, we've got the best value. So we go to the Bahamas, we go to Mexico. That's another hot destination. So basically, to answer your question, let an agent put together the best airfare and the best destination. Because with 25 ships, there's a lot of
It's
choices.
Yeah.
hard to choose.
So I'd like to say warm destinations. Right now it's cold. You should get out of Palos Heights.
Yeah.
Anywhere. Just go
Just leave.
to LA, to Texas, to New Orleans, and find the best airfare to match you up with a ship that does a 3, 4, 5, or 6 or 7 or 8 day vacation.
Like any length you want. You don't have a lot of time, 3 days. If you want to spend more time relaxing, you get to go a little bit longer.
Get away for the weekend. So the hottest destinations, short cruises are the Bahamas because it's easy to get to. The airfare's not that bad. Or Cozumel. Many choices. And if you haven't been to Cozumel in a while, they've got an amazing resort with all kinds of shops, Margaritaville, all kinds of specialty stores.
The whole new pier that was built after the hurricane took down the one that was in town.
Right.
It's a
Amazing.
whole huge pier, and there's shopping and restaurants and bars and everything right there.
Right.
And then on Cozumel, there's a thing called Mr. Santos,
Oh.
and it's an area that is on the beach. It's a huge area that you have lunch, there's drinks, there's jet skis, there's anything you really want is right there, and it's a whole package that you pay one price and you can be there all day.
And we've added Cozumel Plus to our itineraries in the last 2 years, where you could spend 10 hours in Cozumel and go all the way to Escaret or Playa, really hot destination that's growing. So you've got enough time to do 2 or 3 shore excursions or do things on your own that allow you to explore Cozumel and not just visit for a couple hours and get back on the ship.
And for the sailor, they do have the 10-meter boats from the America's Cup that you can go sailing on, which was what we did. I was in my
Wow.
glory. I just love that. We had a great time with that. It was just cool because we used to sail in Lake Michigan and race our boat, so this was just right up my alley. This
Neat.
was fun.
So from Nassau to Cozumel, and I got to mention, and here's a quiz. If the 5th caller that answers this question calls the agency,
You get a prize from Carnival.
Class Act Travel, you
Yeah.
get a prize from Carnival. We got a special prize for the 5th caller. She's going to take notes in the office well. We've got a new ship coming out at the end of the year. Little quiz, it was in the Rose Bowl parade. We actually had a Rose Bowl
I didn't see the Rose Bowl
float that
parade.
emulated that ship. It's okay, you can go to the footage.
yeah, I'll catch
YouTube
you, yeah.
has it. YouTube has it. Another great thing is this ship is going to be doing, it's the largest ship ever to go to Cabo San Lucas, Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta from
do?
the new port that won the best award for the best terminal, which is South Beach or in Long Beach.
Out of Long Beach, okay.
Long Beach in California.
Okay.
Great terminal. It's where the Grey Goose used to be.
Yes,
Spruce
and
Goose.
I'm having clients going out of Long Beach coming
Grey
up
Goose. Spruce
in
Goose.
February. No, not February. Later in the year, in April, they're going to be going out of Long Beach for it too. So I'll let her know that.
So call
They
with
don't
the
want
name
to-
of that ship. 5th caller wins a prize.
Okay.
We got all surprises today.
We do. Okay, so we're choosing a destination, any kind of length we want. If you don't know what kind of destination you want, I mean, I'm going to just yank this away from you.
fine.
This is a great brochure. Kathy will have them in her office. You can kind of page through there and get some ideas. Oh, look,
Right there to the plan.
a duck plan.
And look at this. All the ports we sail from,
and
where the
all
red
the
dots are.
ports. I mean, this is a great information.
And don't forget the fact that when you go to the port, whichever one you guys choose, you can spend extra days there and enjoy the port before you get on the ship. We did that a couple of times out in New Orleans. We spent like 2 or 3 nights in New Orleans before we got on the ship. So we could do Bourbon Street a few times.
Right.
It's marvelous. It's a good way to get yourself into vacation mode, should I say, where you're relaxed. We had a great time with
It
that.
does take a little
You know, I
while.
like to mention that because where you're sailing from, go a day before, especially if you're sailing from Chicago.
From here
go
in the
day
winter.
before. We sail from
Absolutely.
Charleston. That's a great town. Galveston. New Orleans, like she said, spend a day or two in New Orleans and then go on a 3 or 4 day cruise.
Not only because of the city, but because of our weather here, so you don't want to get stuck not being able to get out of here going the day of the cruise. It's just not a good idea.
No, it's a little scary.
It's a lot of scary.
Yeah.
Please
Right.
go the day before.
You
Please,
do
please,
wanna
please.
do that.
Yeah.
Less
Exactly.
stress. Let your agents
Oh,
guide you. They
yeah.
rock. They know how to
Yeah.
guide you.
They do rock. And,
Yeah, wait a minute, I got one here too. See? Right
Kathy
there.
will
See?
help
Whoops,
you with
there.
that. You have lots of choices with specifically Carnival, but you said that Carnival actually owns a lot of other cruise lines. So Kathy could kind of hook you up with some of those too.
Right. You know, I'm not here to promote just Carnival, just cruising in general, because once you do it, you'll be hooked. We know that. So try it, use our guarantee, get a little acclimated, try a short cruise. You know, I get a lot of questions like, is there an adult-only cruise?
Yeah.
Is there a singles cruise only? The ships are so big that if you do the things adults like to do, you make it an adult cruise.
Right.
And
They're
that's
just-
my
yeah.
point. And if
Yeah.
you're single, there'll be areas where you're going to hang out.
That's
the
singles,
Classic example, the ship's so big. We had a 29-year-old say, I'm going to go to the early breakfast. We've been here 6 days. They were getting up late because they were staying up late in the nightclubs, the comedy shows. They went to bed 2 or 3. They never made the early breakfast. Who goes to the early breakfast at 6 o'clock? The seniors. So she came back in the afternoon when everybody else got up. There's a whole other ship on this ship. Of people. I didn't see them all week. So
It's
do
true.
what you want, where you want. The ships are so big.
Well, I want to point that out too. You get on the ship and you think, oh my goodness, there's 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people on the ship. There's so many people. It's just going to be so mobbed, crowded, whatever. But you never, ever feel that way. You feel like you're just in a hotel and there's people walking around. It's not like there's a big crowd and you're sitting in a dining room, you have your table. I mean, it's not like what people think. I couldn't possibly be with that many people.
You're
but
not. But you're basically
they're not. I mean,
you're
you're,
not. Right.
you're actually just in kind of a floating city.
The message goes to the ladies because they make 80% of the decisions for travel. And that is, are you afraid of Woodfield Mall?
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
lady's afraid of Woodfield Mall?
Right.
That's what the ships are like. They're just floating Woodfield malls with many different choices, and you can do what you want, go to the stores you want, clubs. You can go to a jazz lounge and listen to great musicians and think you're in another world. The steakhouses, oh my God. The dining on the ships, the fifth option, is a specialty dining area, the Cucina del Capitano. Knock your socks off. Great Italian food. Or the steakhouse, the experience, better than the Mortons and all these high-end steakhouses that are $300 at the end of the night. A $35 2.5-hour dining experience where they'll do things. I'll tell you one. They bring you a glass dome covered oysters with a burgundy sauce and caviar and Himalayan sea salt on top of a bed of ice.
Yeah.
And they
Nothing's-
take the cover off, it's smoke filled, and the smoke fills the whole dining
that's
table.
cool.
It's a wow factor. They do like 5 or 6 things like that. I'm not going to spoil it for
No.
everybody.
But you're going to experience things that you don't experience in your everyday life, and that's really what a vacation is
wow
getting away
factors.
from, yes. And
The kids love the
everyday.
towel animals
Yeah.
we do. They'll do like 40 or
did.
50.
I love the
I
towel
did.
animals.
Oh my gosh, I forgot I was a lady. They're really cool. And at the
Yes.
end of the week, they'll put a hanging monkey made out of towels with his eyes looking at you.
Yeah, it's
It
really
scared
cool.
me one night.
Yeah.
Well, the girl that I went with on the cruise where they did that hanging there, she had to take it down because it was scaring her. She couldn't have it up there. She had to take it down. Would
Some
you
of the
leave the
people-
poor thing alone? You know, they're darling. They really do intricate towel. And you can buy a book. Tells you how to do them too. On board.
Okay.
You thought napkin folding.
Tell me, I think we need to tell people about your big announcement.
You ready?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, this is
I'm
big.
ready.
Actually, hopefully, our buddy's going to put it on screen. The first ever roller coaster at sea.
Oh, yeah, we
A
went out
roller
of Jump
coaster.
Royal.
Gonna go around the whole ship outside, back on.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That is absolutely
Off
incredible.
the ship.
Bolt.
And
First
back on.
one ever. Yeah, we're doing something with Sky Zone
Mm-hmm.
all over the country. They're putting a trampoline on one of the ships. I don't want you to think these are really active, great things, but they are.
Yes, they
And
are.
you don't have to participate. You can just watch crazy people do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But
that's always good too.
It's got to be wild to have the roller coaster go off the ship and come back on. It's
Yeah.
got to be just wow.
The guy that invented the what are they? The skates with the rollerblades.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
From Minneapolis did the first thing on the Vista, the Horizon. We had a lot of new ships and concepts come out. And that is a sky ride where you get in a bicycle. It's like a gondola and you go outside of the ship and back. You can race a person. That was the first thing. Now we came out with the trampoline. And then the, I'm not going to
That's
tell you what
just
ship because
wild.
that's the answer to the prize.
That's just
Look it up and then call. But the other thing that we just came out with is the roller coaster at sea. It's Bolt.
That's
Well,
got to
that's
be
a cute
unreal.
name.
So cool.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
All right. Well, I think for people who have cruised before, they know how fun being on a cruise is. And Carnival's got a lot of places to go, ports to leave from, places to visit. You can do excursions. You're going to have great dining. You're going to meet other people that are just
Yes.
great and fun to be with, and you
And we
make,
guarantee
make
it.
new friends. You guarantee
Yeah.
you'll meet somebody to just you just have a good time. So, with that in mind, Tommy, is there anything else you want to tell our viewers today about
I think
Carnival?
the only challenge we have is because we're so large and we do such a great job, our prices are low.
Yes.
And that throws people off. They go, Carnival, that's not the one I want to go on. I want to go something better. We'll go on a longer ship, something that has all the amenities, which are most of them now, because we've retrofitted with $40 million or more ships, and we've got 3 or 4 more ships coming out, brand new, and we're retrofitting 2 ships. The Triumph's going to be the Radiance, the Victory's going to be...
Even new names
So
for
we
them, too.
name it new because it's totally regutted, and it's going to have all these features we talked about, the Guy Fieri's. Dr. Seuss is a great program that we have. The Brunch at Sea, $5 for the families. The parents love it. And guess what we serve?
Green eggs and ham?
You got it. So something for everybody, good pricing, good value. Give it a try. We guarantee it. That's
Okay.
what I can say.
That's great. Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for
It
having
sounds
us.
like we all just need to go.
Get away. Just get away.
Get away. And you're going to
Yes.
see Kathy.
Choose fun.
Choose fun. Kathy is going to help you choose that fun. So you want to get a hold of her. Kathy, you want to give your phone number?
Sure. It's Class Act Travel 708-448-6560. We're at 111th and Worth Avenue in Worth, just down for the police station. Just come on down, come see us. We're there really 6 days a week. If you need an evening, just call me and I'll be glad to stay for an evening for you. So come on and see us. We'll get you on one of Tommy's ships over there, okay?
She's great. She's like a personal valet. She
That's right.
goes on the cruise on your shoulder, watches over you.
A little cruise angel. All right, well, thanks for watching us, and we'll see you next time when we find another great place to travel. See you then. Bye.